After a full week of trying out the MEE Audio RX18Ps, I do have a couple of different thoughts that I want to share with you in my full review coming up. Hey everyone, this is Jeff from Everyday Tech Vids, where we take the mystery out of your cell phones, tablets, gadgets, gizmos, all the cool stuff you got running around, and we'll get you straightforward answers to your straightforward questions. If you're new here and you'd like to see more videos like this, please do consider subscribing. Also, at any time during the video, if I mention a link or some sort of information about these headphones, I'll include all that in the description below, so you can just go into the description box and you'll see all that information listed in there. So after a week of trying these things out, I'm actually really impressed. The MEE Audio headphones did a really solid job of a few things, and the biggest one I noticed right away after wearing them for a while is that they're really comfortable. I mean, they actually are. They're very ergonomic, and the nice thing is that if you're going to wear them for a while, like you're actually going to place a phone call for a while or listen to music for a few hours. I mean, I think the longest I had them in was probably like 2 hours, and they didn't start to hurt my ears. My ears didn't start to get agitated from them, which for me, I actually usually only get over-the-ear headphones. I don't like in the ears as much, but these stayed comfy for a long time, so that was a big plus for these. The next thing I wanted to mention is that a big thing about these is that they had pretty accurate sound for being, sort of a more entry-level headset. Accurate sound is really important to me. It might not matter to other people, but that just means that sort of the way that the artist recorded it, it sounds like it's coming through correctly. A lot of times you get headphones and they just jack the bass way up, and that's all you hear, and that's probably not what the artist originally intended. Or they jack the highs up, and that's all you hear. Sometimes headphones just play around with that too much, and then you end up with a really muddled sound that probably wasn't intentional. But for being an entry-level set of headphones, these are actually really quite on point. One of the other things I wanted to bring up too is that they are quite isolating. The ear gels actually do a good job when you get the fit right of staying put, but then also isolating a little sound. I mean, obviously they're not electronic, noise canceling or anything like that, but they will block out a little bit of sound around you to make sure that you're hearing just your audio, and that was actually a pretty good plus. The medium ear gel tips fit best for me, but they did include smalls and larges just in case you have a different sized ear. All right, so moving on to just some of the things that I think could have been a little better on these. The first was that if you did have them, at a medium high volume, so say I had my iPhone at about 75%, I started to get a little bit of crunching on the highs. I mean, not a lot. It had to be a song that, say, had a lot of drums in it with a high-pitched cymbal. Some of those got just a little crunchy. I mean, not a lot, but there's a little bit of crunch in there. So I did notice that. That was kind of a bummer. And then last, something that I was a little less, impressed with was, even though they do create a really good fit in your ear and they're very ergonomic, if they do start to move out or something like that over time of just wearing them, you will lose a lot of the bass. So they weren't, joking in the instructions when they said, hey, you got to really keep them in there if you want to get the best bass sound possible. But that was very true. When they started to slide out, you lose a lot of the bass. It just, I guess evaporates into the ether. But that's another thing to note, that try to keep a good fit on them and you'll get the best bass sound possible. All right, so one of the other things I like too is that the button on the microphone does actually have a few different functions. First, if you click it once, there's a few different things that'll do. Answer a call, end a call, it'll start your music, end your music. So that's a pretty straightforward one. But if you double click the button, that'll skip the track. If you're listening to music, it'll go to the next track so you can get a skip functionality. If you triple click it, that'll take you back to the beginning of the song you're listening to, or it'll take you to the previous song. And lastly, if you press and hold the button, it'll take you to either Siri or whatever voice command that your phone actually has built in. All right, so all in all, I am quite impressed with these headphones. Something to keep in mind is, they are $9.99. They're not a crazy expensive set of headphones. But when you are looking for something in that price range, I really feel like MEE Audio did a good job of making a quality set of headphones for a really reasonable price. So if you're the type of person that you just need a set that you can, either travel with, or you break his sets a lot or things like that. I keep sets like this around because I have a cat that eats them all the time and I end up losing them. So I either have to hide them from her or just keep getting new sets. But for a $10 set of headphones, these are a really good buy. So I can definitely give a thumbs up to these. All right, so the question of the day today is, what's the best set of headphones you ever had? And I mean ever. So if we're talking 10, 15, 20 years ago, 5 years ago, I mean whatever. Did you have a set of headphones that just seemed to go and would not die? They were a great set. You had duct tape on them, all that sort of stuff to keep them together just because you loved them that much. If you had a set like that, please do list it in the comments below because I'd love to chat about it. Thank you so much for watching this review video of the MEE Audio RX18P headphones. If you do have any questions about them, please do leave a comment in the comments below. In the description box, I will include a link to them on Amazon so you can check out the headphones. They do come in an array of colors in case you want to pick a different color out than the white ones I got. But again, if you have any questions, comment below.